Hello, hi. Yeah, today it is a cold day actually today, and so I'm sitting there with this blanket around me, uh, and but I also like the look of it. So it is just giving me a comfortable feeling of, being in my warm blanket, and I like this blanket. I like this color of this blanket, and so I also want to speak about. Oh yeah, I want to speak about the fact that there is. I speak about every time I speak about, of course, embodied language, but today I want to specifically address the disembodied language because the disembodied language, which is preventing you from having embodied language, is going on everywhere. Even though people are having Thanksgiving, so it's all make believe, and people try to be nice to each other and all this kind of stuff, but they don't really have embodied language. They're maybe they have a few moments of being nice to each other, but it is not embodied language. I want you to know that. I want you to know that even with your best intentions, even with your best efforts, and even with your best knowledge, you still do not have embodied language. In other words, you keep on having disembodied language. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, I know you don't like to hear this, but that's the reality. That's the truth. That is what I perceive is going on. If you had embodied language, you would talk with me, but you don't, and you leave me alone. You avoid me. You reject me. You judge me also. Yeah, but let me tell you this. I judge you. I judge you with your disembodied language. And I judge you very, very thoroughly. I judge you in such a way that you begin to get what I'm talking about. Yeah? Your disembodied language is meaningless to me. Your disembodied language is disgusting to me. Your disembodied language is violent to me. It is hurtful. It is painful. It is abusive. Yeah. So I am talking from my point of view of having embodied language. And your disembodied language isn't a pretty picture, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely not. And I don't care how good you are. You're being kind, you're being friendly, you're being polite, you're being cooperative, you're being compliant, you're being obedient. I don't give a shit about your ability to act as if. Embodied language has nothing to do with acting as if, okay? And so your disembodied language, oh yeah, you're always so polite, you're always so on top of it, you're always so strong, you're always so certain. Absolutely not. You're full of shit. That's what you are, okay? And I just need to tell you this to get through to you, to let you know that there's another way of talking which sets the stage for a whole new way of dealing with language. You haven't gotten to that. You haven't gotten to what I call embodied language. Embodied language, which is the expression of your language enlightenment. You have never ever gotten to that. Yeah, you have had a few haphazard moments of it, of embodied language. Yeah, maybe in a blue moon, occasionally, accidentally, you have a brief moment of embodied language, but you weren't conscious of it. It was just happening because somehow the circumstances were right, and so it could happen. And when it can happen, yeah, when it can happen, it will happen, yeah. And it's not because you make it happen. It's not because you are so great. No, it is because it could happen, yeah. And so, under the right circumstances, embodied language happens just by itself naturally, because that is what always happens if the circumstances are right, if the circumstances are such that it can happen. But given the fact that you do not know how to create those circumstances for it to make it happen, or to let it happen, it doesn't happen. And even if it happens, you do not know how to continue with it, because these circumstances change again and then it's all gone. Yeah, and then you do not know how to get it back. I know how to get it back. I have it all the time. I have it every day. And you should talk with me to become more aware about why you aren't having it every day, why you're wasting your time with your stupid disembodied language, your unintelligent disembodied language, your insensitive, callous, dumb, dissociative, disembodied language. Yeah, I tell you. Somebody needs to tell you. If nobody tells you, you're just going to go on with it forever. And most likely you will anyway. Yeah. Most likely you're not going to listen to me. Yeah. And that's why I make this funny outfit today, just to get your attention, you know. Nothing gets your attention. Your attention is always drawn to something else, something which supposedly is more important than embodied language. Your disembodied language is always endlessly distracting you to nonsense things, to things which keep you busy. You are endlessly busy with your neurotic distractions. Yeah. And then you watch all kind of nonsense. You listen to all kind of nonsense, but you don't listen to yourself. You don't listen to somebody like me who hears himself and who has embodied language. But now, if you still haven't turned it off, you are listening to somebody who has embodied language. Yeah. And so embodied language isn't anything like your anxiety-provoking disembodied language. Yeah, your stressful disembodied language, your hateful disembodied language, your pushy, demanding disembodied language, your harsh disembodied language, your ugly, nasty disembodied language. Yeah, it isn't anything like that. You hear? It is something completely different. And you can only recognize it if you begin to listen to yourself. And in this case, you listen to me. But if you listen to me, truly listen to me, you will actually hear what I say about you. And you will actually begin to suddenly realize like, oh, he's making me listen to myself. And now I'm not listening to him, but I'm actually listening to myself. Because that's what I sound like when I sound and have disembodied language. So you can judge me all you want for having disembodied language, for, I don't know, rubbing you the wrong way and saying something that you don't like to hear, saying something that you don't want to acknowledge. But, you know, when I let you hear what disembodied language sounds like, all hell breaks loose because you can't stand it. Somebody is opposing you. Somebody is, confronting you. Somebody is actually telling you what's going on with you. And you do not even know what's going on with you. You're just too stupid, too unconscious, too mechanical, too much into your own habit, your own superficial habit of always having your way. But if you listen to me, you are kind of temporarily relieved from that duty, from that obligation, from that compulsion, from that obsession, If you listen to me, you can actually hear that there's a different way of talking than the way you are used to, the way you engage in every day, the way you just push on others, the way you force others, the way you dominate others, the way you manipulate others, the way you put yourself above others, the way you put other people down. That's what you do. The way you hurt people, the way you stress people out, the way you just basically also project all your shit on other people. Yeah, that's what you do with your disembodied language. Your nasty, ugly, disembodied language, which makes you look ugly, which make you sound ugly, which make you behave ugly, which make you say ugly things. Yeah? Don't tell me that I'm sounding ugly because I'm sounding how you sound when you have disembodied language. Here, I can sound very easily the way I want to sound. This is how I sound, when I sound how I want to sound. You hear? That's my embodied language. That's my language enlightenment, which is expressed with my embodied language. Yeah, and you can have it too, but you don't. And you are just too arrogant to admit that you don't. You're just too full of yourself to admit. Yeah, you're so full of it. And you're phony. You're endlessly phony. Yeah? You just think that everything you say is so meaningful, and what you say is just has nothing to do with you. You talk about others constantly, and you never ever say anything truly about yourself. Even if you try to say something about yourself, you do not succeed. You cannot say anything about yourself. You do not know how to talk about yourself. You don't have the language to be able to say anything meaningful about yourself. That's why you are so defensive. That's why you are so paranoid. That's why you are so reserved, and that's why you cannot open up. Because you know that what you say about yourself is a bunch of baloney. Yeah? You know what you claim to be is not true. And you're afraid somebody doesn't believe you, somebody doesn't confirm you, somebody doesn't recognize you for who you are, for the great and wonderful person you are. Oh, you're so wonderful. Yeah, you're so great. You're so important. No, you're not important at all. Someone like me who has embodied language. Yeah, I laugh at you. I just find you ridiculous. I just find you absolutely unintelligent and ridiculous. So yeah, that's how it stands. Yeah. And I know I am persecuted. I am abandoned. I am constantly rejected. I am ignored. Nobody wants to talk with me. That's fine. That's fine. That's how it is. That's how it is with the truth. That's how it is with someone who is having language enlightenment like me. Yeah. You cannot get to me with your disembodied language. Your disembodied language doesn't affect me. Your disembodied I mean, yeah, of course, it does affect me in the sense that if I'm constantly around you, yeah, of course it starts to annoy me and it starts to bother me. But I keep you at bay. I keep you away from me. I am not clear. I'm not near you. I don't come close to you. Yeah. You may believe that you reject me, but I actually reject you. Yeah. Yeah. So that's how it is. Yeah. And if I freak out or if I get upset or something like that, that's just to protect myself. Yeah. That's how it is. Yeah. So, yeah, your disembodied language is just so utterly meaningless. And it has been going on for so long, and you're not the only one. Everybody is doing the same stupid stuff every day. So, how long do you want to go on with it? Yeah? How long do you want to go on denying that there's another way than your stupid way? Yeah. And how long do you want to go on preventing a scolding like this? A scolding like this will set you straight, because you need to be scolded. You need to be confronted. You need to get it. You need to get it in your face, just like this. Hear it and feel it. Feel that I'm talking about something totally different than what you have ever even been able to address. Yeah. And you continuously judge me or people like me or somebody who's even remotely capable of expressing what I call embodied language. You always condemn that as weak, as something that is not necessary, that is not meaningful, that has no purpose. Well, I tell you this. I have great purpose. I have incredible purpose. I have incredible determination. I have incredible willpower. I have incredible ability to express this, to let everybody know about this, to change the whole world. Oh yeah, I'm not arrogant. I know what I'm talking about. I know how few people are open to this. You're not one of them. If you were one of them, why don't I hear from you? Why don't you talk with me? Why don't you just get in touch with me and talk with me? I haven't heard anything from you. Not even a little sign. Yeah? You are just afraid that your way of dealing with language is totally untrue. That your whole belief system is based on a fallacy. And that you will have to admit it's true. That you are believing in all sorts of nonsense. Yeah. I'm letting you know. Anyone who has embodied language will let those people who have disembodied language know what I'm talking about. There's no middle ground. There's no, yeah? People say there are no absolutes. Oh, there are absolutes. You either engage in embodied language or in disembodied language. Okay? I have embodied language. And I let you know about your filthy, violent, insidious, disembodied language. You better listen up. Because it's not going to go away just by pretending as if you, I don't know, are grateful or thankful because of Thanksgiving Day. Yeah, because you want to be nice to your significant other. Oh yeah, let's try to be nice. Let's try to be friendly. You know, in embodied language, you're not trying to be friendly. You are friendly. I try to be friendly. You only try to be friendly because you're not friendly. You try to be non-violent because you're violent. Yeah. You try to be polite because you're impolite. You are rude. Yeah. I don't try to be polite. I don't try any of these things. I don't try anything. I'm just me. And if you are authentic, then you will have access to your embodied language. Only then. So, when will you stop lying to yourself? Yeah. If you do that, you will start having embodied language. Isn't that nice how that looks? You know, the sun is shining through the tree across from my room, and that's giving a little movement in the shades. Beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, I show you my cat. Buddy. Buddy. Come. There he is. All right. Okay. Well, in closing, I just want to let you know, go to hell with your fucking disembodied language.